So, welcome to my YouTube channel, English Lovers by Hannity. So, friends, today we are on a 10th lesson. Um, just give me some time to adjust my mic and the computer, and let me see that whether it is live or not. Mhm. I hope it is being shown live. Yeah, it's like that. Let me share the link. Let me share the link with as many people as I can. Just wait for a while. Mm. So we're gonna deal with lots of words today. Today I'm saying for those who are living in India, and tonight for those who are living in Canada. So just give me some time to share it with my people there in India, so that they can get the benefit of that too. Um, and as I have mentioned that when I have sent one picture also in India, I have uploaded a picture about starting a new course for the people to join in, so that they can learn lots of things regarding English. Just wait. So I would be happy to know that, like, if you are able to hear the sound and the voice of my music alongside, I would be just doing that too. Mm, Let me share that in my uh, academy group too. Now I will be checking it whether the music is played or not. Is being shown live with lots of words. You can know that I will be checking it whether the music is played or not. So as I can hear the music, let me see whether I can decrease the volume a bit so that I can use uh, the background music the same way. And later on, if it is possible, that I can share the same uh, on YouTube too. hmm Yeah. So let us start with the first word that is on the screen. I can see that you are able to see it, and let's begin with it. Let's begin the whole thing up now. The first word that we have is accountant. What accountant stand for? Like, basically we are going to look at the root of the same account. Account, what does it stand for? Account is mm, your account. It can be your bank account, it can be any other account. So account which has some information regarding you, your testimonials related to that. So account is always designated to a person or any like institution. So When we add ant, which is a suffix to that, then what does it stand for? Accountant. So who takes care of the accounts of people would be the accountant. Accountant, like um, the one who is going to be responsible or will be held responsible for keeping the financial accounts of the people would be called as accountant. Accountant is the person whose job is to keep financial accounts. It can be of different people. It can be a person who would be working in a bank and would be taking care of the whole thing up of every person. And bank employees basically will have different designation, and one of the designation is accountant. So accountant is the one who makes calculations done or takes care of lots of calculative stuff. So accountant is a person whose job is to keep the financial account. Financial would be related to finance. Finance, money. If the accounts are related to money and somebody is taking care of that, that person is the accountant. I hope the word is clear to you. Second word that we have is capitalist. Who is a capitalist? So it starts with k sound, capitalist, and after t sound there is a sound, capitalist. So when we say capitalist, who is capitalist? The capitalist is a business person who invests. Invest means who put in the use of the money in trade or industry for profit. So the main basic purpose of a capitalist is to earn profit. And how does he earn the profit? He earns a profit by investing. So people invest in different ways. We invest in our life. We are also capitalists. Like if we invest some good values in our life, then definitely we are good capitalists as far as ethics of living are concerned. But in terms of business, capitalist is a different word. Capitalist is a business person, the one who will be taking care of the capital. Capital means money, and he will be taking care of the money and would be investing the money in trade, in the business, and different ventures. We say ventures also, business operations, and industry for profit. So he put up or use the whole amount of money for actually getting the benefit in like ultimate results. So the capitalist invested in a factory that made wheat into cereal. So how does he invested? He invested in a factory that made wheat into cereal. So whatsoever is the profit would be the profit of the capitalist. Now the next one is contempt. So contempt word is a very common word to be known to people, um, because contempt stands for insult somehow. Like in simple words, contempt is insulting someone. Contempt of the court, we have heard it as a phrase a lot. Contempt of the court, like when there is a hearing going on in the court, there people, use this word, or the um, advocates use this word. Let me write it down. So contempt is a feeling of having no respect for something. That means when you have hatred in your heart, when you have disgust in your heart towards something, then you are contempting the thing. You do not have any kind of sympathy or the respect for that thing. So you are contempting the thing. So the judge has contempt for the wicked. It's we say wicked. Wicked means evil. Let me just stop the music. Yeah. So the word wicked, wicked stand for evil or devilish or like devil. Obviously, the criminal who has done some heinous crime or any serious crime, judge won't respect the person. So he would have some disrespect for that particular person. So that disrespect has a different other term that is known as contempt. So that must not be done with in the case of parents or in the case of elders in general. Like we should respect our elders instead of that. Like they should never feel contempted by anyone, by any young. So next word is dedicate. So what is dedicate? Dedicate stands for means to something means to put on a lot of time and effort into it. Like when you are putting a lot of time and effort into something, that means you are dedicating towards that thing. You're quite serious about it. Dedication. So dedicate is made from dedication. Dedication is the noun form. It's the action. In the action form, it is dedicate. When you dedicate, that means you will use it as action verb in the sentence. The nun dedicated herself to helping people in need. That means what she has done, she has dedicated herself and she has put herself into the job by just doing each and everything which is required from her side to helping people in need, whomsoever is starving, whomsoever is suffering from hunger or even from some other problems in life. So none is working as sometimes teacher, counselor, helper in many senses. So in that case, dedicate can be like the word to be used when in case you're putting a lot of time and effort into something. Um, that would be the word dedicate. Next is ditch. Ditch has like different meaning. Like when we say ditch in the case of the word given in the picture, so ditch is a narrow hole, like a small narrow hole cut into the ground by a road or a field. By a road, that means by the side of the road or by the side of the field. If there is any kind of hole, narrow hole cut, then that is a ditch. So his car fell into the ditch. So we can say in that sense, like when the car slid off the road, slid off, that means it like the driver lost the control and it slid off the road and it fell into the ditch. So the whole thing went into the ditch. So that ditch is something like other ditches like cheating somebody or like leaving someone abandoned um, in a way. So that must not be done from anybody's part. One should not ditch anyone. Okay. Now the next word that we have is enterprise. Prize. When you say enterprise, how you have to see the spellings also as well as the pronunciation. That's the pronunciation. This system is IPA system. IPA transcription, phonetic transcription is in the brackets itself. You can see that enterprise. What is enterprise? So what is enterprise? An enterprise is a company or a business. It can be any kind of business. Enterprise is a company or a business, any company can be called as an enterprise, or any company can be, or any business can be called as an enterprise. You should remember that. So, my father owns an advertising enterprise. That means the company that is owned by um, mm, the person stated in the statement here, which we have used is my father, but my father owns means he's the owner of that, owns an advertising enterprise, like which is an advertising company, or which works in advertisements, like which makes advertisements. AdWords, we can also say AdWords also. Next is ex exquisite. Exquisite. You see, exquisite. Exquisite. It is an adjective as far as the parts of speech is concerned. So, if we talk about lexical resource, then it works as an adjective, which means it is a quality added. Okay, it's a quality added. Then, when something is exquisite, it is very beautiful and pleasant. Pleasant means something which will please you, something which will soothe you, or would comfort you in a way. So it is a very beautiful and a pleasant thing, like exquisite. Exquisite is usually used for beauty. Okay. If we say the statement given that the artist made exquisite watercolor painting. So exquisite, that means a beautiful painting, beautiful watercolor. Sorry, watercolor painting, not watercolor. It's watercolor painting. I beg you a pardon for that. So watercolor. Okay. Today I got to know from someone that my handwriting is more like a doctor. But let me tell you, when I write on a paper which is blank paper, then my handwriting becomes something else. But when it is a ruled one, a paper is ruled one, somehow a little bit better. But it doesn't matter. Something that really matters is like what we have within us. So, yeah. So exquisite is a very beautiful word. When something is exquisite, it is very beautiful and pleasant. Remember that. So next word is uh, finance. We got the word finance. What's finance? Finance, I told you, something related to money. Okay, if something is related to money, any financial concerns, then that is finance. Finance can be a verb or can be a noun also. Sorry, can be adjective too. Okay. The finance of the company was not up to the mark. The finance ministry, in that case, it would become adjective. If I write finance ministry, then it will become something like an adjective when we say anything related to that. To finance someone or something means to provide money for them. It means to provide money for them. So when you provide money for someone or money to something, then definitely you are helping them out in case of monetary help. So to finance someone or something means to provide money for them. In terms of it can be a charity. Like if somebody is doing a charity, that means somebody's financing or providing the financial help to the person or the entity or the institution to whom it may concern. Now, next is we have let me tell you the example also. The government financed the scientists' experiments with new weapons. The government and silent. The government financed, it's in the past, okay, past form of verb is used. Finance a scientist. Apostrophe is used to tell possessive case. Here, scientists experiments with new weapons. Now, next word is indifferent. Indifferent is like trying to ignore someone. When you try to ignore someone, or you are very rude in your like attitude towards someone, and you don't care about others. Then, when someone is indifferent towards something, they have a lack of interest in it. That means you're trying to show that I care less about you. That means you have less interest in the person. So, in that case, you can use the word indifferent. So I had a certain kind of indifferent feeling towards the people who do not care about elders, or I have an indifferent feeling towards some situations where society is neglected or where being social is not considered important. So I don't like such situations. Indifferent means it doesn't matter to you, like if something is getting changed or something remains the same. So if it doesn't matter to you, that means you are indifferent towards that thing. So Lisa is indifferent toward school. She is indifferent towards school. That means Lisa is careless towards school. She doesn't care what her final grades are, whatsoever her final grades are. She doesn't care about it. I told you that it's all about being careless. If somebody is careless, then definitely the person is indifferent towards it. Okay. Now, the next is irrigate. Irrigate obviously is made from, like, it's a very easy word. Irrigate, you can see in the picture, the irrigation is like to give water or to provide water to the fields. It's like to irrigate means to supply water to land so the crops can grow, to make it fertile, to give a little bit of what we say stimulus to grow to the the, the kind of seeds that you have sown in the ground or on in the soil, then so that they can grow properly. So you need to irrigate the fields every now and then. Sometimes, like, it depends upon the kind of crop that you are dealing with. In dry climates, it is important to irrigate fields of crop. Like when the sun is um um in its full valor or full form or full power and strength, then I think it's very much required, it's very much crucial to irrigate fields of crops. Then next word is maximize. Very beautiful word, maximize. We should actually use it in different way. It's not only one example, you can use it in the form, but maximize means maximize results, like maximize profit, maximize your friend circle, or maximize can be used with your success, something like to increase in success, increase in amount. So what what does it stand for? Maximize means to maximize something is to make it as great in amount, size, and importance. When you give due importance to something, like, so maximize can be used with the chances. Like when you are increases the chances of something, you are maximizing the chances for something. Like, mm, his controlled and disciplined lifestyle um, maximized the the chances of him being like selected in the team. And like in that way, it is used as a verb. So like if you want to use it in a different sense, like, or any other sentence, you should exercise regularly to maximize. Here it is used as infinitive. It is used as infinitive. Okay. um to maximize a healthy lifestyle, healthy life, the The sound is of the healthy lifestyle. So you should exercise regularly to maximize a healthy lifestyle. So if you want to have a good lifestyle in which you are doing exercise regularly, so to increase that one, like the chances of having a better lifestyle, good health, then I think exercising is a good thing to be done. Now, thereafter, we have another one. We got the another one. Next is monetary. I told you, like, we're talking more in the terms of business. Like earlier, we talked about finance, we talked about accountant. Accountant, I beg your pardon for the kind of other sound yawning and all, because it's a nighttime over here and all are asleep, and I'm the only one who is awake yet. Just give me some time. Let me have a sip of water. Till then, you can listen to the music. Yeah. So we are back with the next word, that is monetary. We are talking about the monetary word here. Um, it's a very common word. I told you that we have talked about that before too. Here we have adjective form of that. Whenever you are learning a new word, always consider to find its four forms, like whether it exists in the noun form or it exists in adverb form or in verb form or adjective. These four words always consider to just interchange in different forms so that you may learn how to utilize one word in different four forms. Like if it is used in place of noun, like as a noun, how would it work in the form of a sentence? Like for example, if you talk about maximize, maximize is a verb here, very clear word it is. But if I want to use it in the noun form, how would it be written? Maximization, maximization. Why I would say that maximization is a noun? Because whenever we are adding tion, it becomes a name of the process. Name of the process. Whensoever you would see that you are adding ATION or TION at the last, then it will become like a certain sort of process, especially when ZATION is used. So then maximization, like if I say condensation, it's also a process. Okay, precipitation, when we say precipitation, it's also a process. If it is the name of a process, everything which has a name is a noun. Everything or anything which has a name is a noun, whether it is a person or an article or any kind of thing in the world, whole universe, that would be a noun. So that's how, like, maximization would be the noun form for that. But what would be the adverbial form? Maximizingly. Maximizingly. Okay. So depends upon the kind of sentence that you're making or the kind of sentence you're writing. You should exercise regularly to maximize a healthy lifestyle. Next is monetary. When something is monetary, it relates to money. I told you, anything or everything which is related to the finance or the money, then in that case, when we say finance, finance is a verb. He financed my whole loan so that I can actually get my education done properly. So you should exercise that's that a strong monetary policy. Now here it's quite clear. Policy is the name of a certain condition when you have different rules and regulations about or the terms and conditions of something. Then when we say monetary policy, that means a policy which exhibit more of concerns related to the money, related to the finance, then it is monetary. When something is monetary, it relates to money. A strong monetary policy is important for a country to be successful. If a country has to be successful, then the country has to be having a strong financial policy, strong like monetary policy. Next is precaution. Precaution is also a beautiful word. I must say that we have to be very much like we read it from a different perspective. Separate, cautious, caution. What is caution? Caution is made from like being cautious, being very serious or alert about something. Okay, cautious. When you're cautious, you are alert. Okay, so when you say precaution, that means pre means before, caution means alert. Like when you're trying to get um, serious before something bad would happen, that means it is an action that is meant to stop something bad for happening. Like if you have predicted that something bad would happen and you have gotten to know that, like how can I get rid of that? Then what you're doing is you're very much cautious about your situation and environment around you, and precaution is what you can like take. So doctor also suggests to do like the precautions rather than actually falling into the trap of fever or sickness or something. So as a precaution, you should put on a heavy coat before going out in cold weather. As a precaution, like as a precaution means as something as an action which is meant for controlling something bad to happen. So you should put on a heavy coat before going out in the cold weather. Yeah, it's coming. Now the cold weather is approaching near, so it's very like depressive kind of weather. Sometimes it becomes, but people they like it too. I do like it too. Like when there is a lot of snow, everything is beautiful. whitish around, that I love the most. Now, next is preliminary. 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 Preliminary, like pre again before. Preliminary altogether means describe something that happens before an important event. Like if something happens before an important event to happen, like in India, what we have is like if somebody is preparing for IES examination, one has to go for preliminary first and then reaches to the mains exam. Okay. And then the person can prepare for the mains. Preliminary is based upon the general knowledge, like general information regarding all the subjects and all. So it's all the mixture of the whole thing. So it's easy to get through that. But when it comes to the mains exam, it's bit tough. Not bit, it's too much tough. You require a lot of hard work to actually cross this. So then thereafter we have the example for that. What is that example? The runners must do well. Must. You see, like must is used in place of should, but should is used in the general case. Must is used in the case of obligation. When there is obligation to do something, you're obligatory to do something, then you will use like must do well in the preliminary races to qualify for the final race. So preliminary races would be the races which can be called as trial races. Trial races. Okay. Now next is saturate. Saturate obviously is a scientific word also. Saturation we have heard of. Saturate means to separate something. Okay. Or to saturate something means to completely soak it with a liquid. Soak it with a liquid. It's a different way. Like you see that soak it with the liquid here, soaking is done. The sponge was saturated with soapy water, mixed with the soapy water and dripped all over the floor. Like um, saturation has been done, completely soak it with the liquid. So then we can example is very beautiful example here. So when you squeeze it out, then it becomes like dry. Simplicity. Simplicity, like simple living, high thinking. A simplicity, the simplicity of something is the fact that it is easy to do or understand. Like it, if something is simple, then obviously it is easy to do thing. So we were able to find the house thanks to the simplicity of the direction. We were able to find the house, like just because of the simplicity of the directions. Now, now four words are remaining, and thereafter we will have a complete break for today's lesson. Now, the next word is so. We have heard it a lot. As you sow, so shall you reap. As you sow, so means like when the way you're going to sow the seeds, so shall you reap. You will get the result accordingly. That means so, as you sow, so shall you reap is a very beautiful example. To sow seeds means to plant them in the ground. He always sows his garden seeds in the springtime. He always sows the like depends upon he, that is why it sows. So next is soy. Soybean, like that. Soy is a food made from soybean, such as flour or butter, and soy can be made into tofu, sauce, and milk. So it all depends upon which factory are we talking about. Spade. Spade. What is spade? Spade is a tool used for digging. Like uh, it's a very big one. Like when you have like you can actually what we say hit it on the ground so as to break it. Okay, so the gardener used her spade to make a hole for the seed. And just a second, there was a spider. Now, upcoming. Upcoming is that means which is going to come. So when something is upcoming, it means that it will happen in the near future. It is going to be occurred in the near future. The kids were worried about their upcoming exam. So all those kids who were there, they were very much aware of it that now the exams are near. They have to study hard, which they don't want to do, which they did not want to actually. So this is it for this lesson, and I would say that keep watching English Lovers by Honeydee and subscribe my channel and let others also to get the benefit of this channel too. Bye bye. Take care.